Well, Grant, great performance on Saturday. Can that now be the catalyst for a good run of victories for you?
I hope so. It was pleasing to see that the chances that we created, we took some. Mainly, it was, I keep saying to you every week that we're creating chances, we're not scoring. But it was good to see that everything that we had worked on during the week came to the fore, and I thought we were good. But obviously the game's gone. We've forgotten about it very, very quickly. Monday, Tuesday. And our whole focus has been on Fleetwood and nothing else.
And I know you don't want to think too much, obviously, about next Tuesday because there's a game before then. But it would be nice to go into a big local derby with a couple of league victories under your belt.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, the Northampton game will take care of itself. That doesn't interest me at the minute. It doesn't interest my players. The only interest we're in is Fleetwood. We know they picked up a good result in their last league game against Sheffield United, but they also struggled to win at home. They've only won 2, I think, this season in the league, so picked up a few draws. But it's a game that we've got to be really confident getting into. It's going to be a tough game, and I know their manager likes to play football. To be honest with you, I liked watching his teams at Brentford, the way they played, and he's doing the same with Fleetwood. So we got to make sure we go there knowing it's going to be a tough game, but one that we're really confident in going there and putting in another good performance and hopefully taking the 3 points.
They had a really good start to the season, actually, didn't they? I think they were up in 3rd place early on. Have tailed off a bit since then, but as you mentioned, they gave Sheffield United a real scare just a couple of weeks back.
No, they did. They suit their home pitch. I think they're obviously used to the surroundings. It's quite small and pitch is quite compact, and they can move the ball quite well on it. But I think the way we're playing at the minute. Obviously the cup game we were poor against MK Dons, but the way we're playing in the league, there's no way we can go there not in a real confident mood. The boys have been in good spirits all week. We just got to make sure we go and produce a result now on Saturday.
Fleetwood now a well-established League One side, of course. They've come up through the ranks, and as you mentioned, their surroundings maybe show that to a degree, but they're a fully established League One club and a tough side to beat on their own patches. Posh have experienced the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, definitely. I remember it last year down there was a Tuesday night game, I think. And I remember at least 100 to 200 Peterborough fans came, and we were disappointed. But that's one thing we need to rectify this season. They've got some good players. David Ball's gone there. He's been flying for them, and we all know about Bally. Some good experience as well with Pond and a few others in there. Jimmy Ryan as well. So they've got good experience in their team, but they've also mixed it with some good youth as well. So. Similar to ourselves, they like to play football, but we just got to make sure we're more ruthless in the day and we take our chances.
Smith back then from international duty and in contention, although I suppose Hayden White will feel he's done enough to keep the shirt.
Yeah, of course he's in contention. Michael's a big player for us. He's in contention to play Saturday, as is a few others. But we have picked up. I'm not going to lie to you. We have picked up a few little niggles after that game. We've been nursing the few along the way, but I'm hoping they're going to be okay for the weekend.
Who's struggling, Grant? Can you sort of divulge who's struggling a bit?
No, I'd rather not. I don't want to give Uwe Rosler any added advantage, really. No, I'm joking. There's a few. There's 3 or 4 carrying a few little niggles, and from obviously the 21 game as well on Tuesday. So there's a couple struggling. 1 or 2 touch and go, but 1 or 2 who should make it.
Well, it's all about your squad, isn't it? You said that some may need to be involved if you pick up injuries and that sort of thing. It's a squad game, so if people do come in, then they've got to perform and step up.
100%. Now the boys did on Tuesday. They performed. I think we've been speaking about these 21 games and people's moved into the first team because of them. Shaq, Taff. Shaq's a great example to some of the boys. If you put it in, he had some good performances in the 21s. He set 3 and scored 1 up in 1 game. He's been working hard, and he deserved his chance in the first team. So it's he's been on a special program in terms of with Ben McKenzie after training every day that we done for him. So he's been monitored very carefully, Shaq, and he deserved his chance. So it was good. It'll be good for others to see what it takes. If you get comfortable, this can go away from you very quickly. But once you work hard, you've got a chance of getting back into the fold.
The thing with Shaq seems to be that he runs and works particularly hard, runs the channels well, doesn't he? Brings other people into play. Is there an element that he's slightly missing, maybe that aggression and almost that selfishness really in front of goal, just to have one touch and smack it and try and up his goals tally more than anything else?
Aggression is definitely something that he does that can't be questioned in this game, because he is proper aggressive. He will put his body on the line for you. He will close people down. Aggression is a big part of his game, and a big reason why he came back into the team. In terms of the chances, I mean, he was unlucky. He hit the post with a header, a great header. He could have possibly could have had a one in the second half that he just missed, went straight past the post. But listen, he'll always get chances because he's strong, because he's quick, and because he's aggressive. He's always going to get chances. And him and Tom were a real good foil for each other, to be fair, at the weekend. So hoping for similar stuff from them too at the weekend.
Yeah, that must be particularly pleasing. You could see the early stages of a real partnership building between the two.
That was good. Obviously, Tom was involved in, I think, 2 or 3 of the goals. The both of them give us a real platform to build from, just with their work rate really and their endeavour. And I thought them two were excellent. They helped us get up the pitch. They helped us create more opportunities, and just to manage the game, even at the end of the last 20 minutes, just to manage the game better because of the work rate they put in. So no, they were a real plus for us.
Where's Lee Angle at the moment with his recovery? I know we ask you about it weekly, but I think he's getting closer and closer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting closer and closer. He's been working with Ben. I know I said to you 3 weeks, and you're probably thinking every week is 2 weeks, it's 1 week. We're going to have to be very careful with Lee. He's been out with a big injury. He's going to need possibly 2, 3, 21 games before he even comes into the reckoning for the first team. So he's been out a long time. He's missed the whole of pre-season. Obviously we played the game and he's missed all the rest of pre-season, as have Brad. So we got to be careful with him. We'd love them back tomorrow, the both of them. But we got to be realistic, and if they did come back too early and they had a setback, then we'd be in trouble. So we'll keep monitoring Lee and Brad, because they're both around about the same sort of mark. Maybe Brad's a few days behind, but they'll be a real plus when they come back.
You mentioned the 21s game. Were you pleased with what you saw from your players?
I was pleased. I tell you, I was pleased. I was pleased for Matty Stevens, because since he's come in, he's found it a little bit difficult, to be honest. The step up, I thought, the step up in terms of the players at the club, and he's found it a little bit difficult. He's found it hard to settle down. There's been a few little issues, but he's got his head down. He wasn't even going to play in the 21 game. That's how impressed I was with him, because I wanted Paul Taylor to play, but we pulled him out at the last minute. So yeah, I was really pleased with his attitude, and to score 3 goals was a testament to him, because we know we scored a lot of goals at youth level and 21 level for Barnet. So was pleased to see him open his account for us, and I'm hoping that's going to give him a little kick up the backside that he needs.
Is the message to him, you keep doing that, then you will obviously be in my thoughts for the first team?
Definitely. We want players who can score goals. He was brought to the club because he scores a lot of goals at Barnet and the lower levels, the lower age groups and 21. So that's why he's brought to the club. So the more he keeps doing that, the more he's going to keep knocking on my door to get involved in the first team, 100%.
One big positive in recent weeks has been Luke McGee. He's come in from Spurs. His handling's been good. He's saved penalties. He's looked the part, really, hasn't he? Can you start talks already at this early stage about extending his loan spell, or is that just got to be on the back burner until the new year?
I mean, I don't really. Barry's probably the best person to speak to about that. We'd love him here to the end of the season, definitely. We'd love him here beyond. Never mind to the end of the season and to be one of our players. But obviously, Tottenham think highly of him there. He's been on the bench for them in the first team this year in the Premier League. He's been first class since he's come in. Not only his performances on the pitch, but just his whole demeanour around the building. He's a young lad. He's coming from Tottenham, but he's come in with a 27, 28-year-old lad's shoulders on him. You know, that's the sort of person he is. He demands of people in training. He tells people if you don't track a runner, he's out of his goal shouting at you. It's exactly what you need from your goalkeeper, and put that to his ability as well. You've got somebody special. So he's been excellent since he's come in, and everybody's really pleased with him.
It's a real responsibility, isn't it, especially for a young goalkeeper, because you have to govern that back line, you have to order people around, I suppose, and you have to have that authority to come for crosses and take a smack in the face now and again as well. But the fact that he's got all that really bodes well.
I think it helps when you're playing well yourself. It's sometimes hard. The best do it. The best leaders do it. I think they can have a go at somebody when they're not playing well. But it's helped Luke that he's actually playing well in himself, that he can marshal other people. He's been first class since he'd come in. He understood why I didn't play him in the first game when he first came in, because we just kept the clean sheet at MK Dons and Towers and nothing wrong. But I definitely brought him here to be the number one, and I was pleased I got him in when I did, because I think his performances have, one thing I would say, I think he deserves a clean sheet for his performances, and we are working hard to try and do that for him. And that's a collective responsibility. It's not just the back four, it's the midfield, it's the front line, and it's the goalkeeper organising things in front of him. So it's an all collective thing to get a clean sheet, and people can easily say, oh, your back four never keep clean sheets. It's a team thing. So that's one thing we're definitely working on.